We're going to look at some of the most expensive homes here in Tippecanoe County here in September of 2025. And we're going to begin with 111 North 500 West in West Lafayette. And I like to begin with the map just to put this in perspective for where it is. So let's bring up the map here. So this is Division Road down here, which starts off as River Road over to the west. We're looking at 500 West, which is 5 miles west of the zero line. And as we zoom out, to just put this in perspective, here is Purdue University. And you can tell that very quickly by seeing the runways here. So this is just a little west of campus. Here's Fort Ouiatenon, where the The Feast of the Hunter's Moon, I'll get the right event out, where the Feast of the Hunter's Moon takes place every year. So just a little west of West Lafayette, but this is a 5-minute drive to over here. It's going to be no more than 10 minutes into the heart of campus. But let's take a look. And today, like I said, we are looking at 111 North 500 West in West Lafayette. This is 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, sit down, 11,096 square feet on 9.27 acres. So it's got some room inside and outside. I particularly like that outside brickwork. We move into the large formal dining room, and this one is large. Check it out. That is a table for 10. Many dining rooms, a table for 10 would dominate the room. In this room, it feels like it's barely even there. You have the large vaulted arched ceiling with the faux exposed beams. These aren't even timbers, it looks like. It looks like these are clad, not siding, but trim pieces to make that look. Nothing wrong with that. You've got the brick wall, the slate brick wall over here on the fireplace side. Another shot of the fireplace. So this is the advantage of a home with lots of square feet, is you get several living spaces, and so you can really disconnect from each other and have space to spread out. Move into a den/office with some carpet that most people would probably replace. This home was built in 1956, and I certainly don't think that carpet is original, but it's not brand new either. And check it out here. There's a roll down screen over the mantle up here. So if you want to turn your mantle into a projector, into a movie theater, you can. That would be the definition of TV too high. Check out this bar. This bar is straight out of, I'm going to say it's straight out of the 70s. The house was built, like I said, in 56. Maybe it is straight out of the 50s. I love these panel light fixtures up top. But check out the slate tiles on the floor. That is mid-70s. So this home may have had a renovation then. You got the wood paneling on the walls. But, oh, man, I love it. It's of a time. I know it's not for everybody. Love the big picture windows. You have them in the dining room. You have them in the living room, looking out on nature. You have a kitchen that's big, but not gigantic. This is almost what I would say is almost a compact size kitchen these days. It's nice, but it's not crazy. Moving into the coffered ceiling primary suite, lots of room there. It looks like we got this might be a built-in over here on into the primary bath. And again, I love the touches in this, the blue subway tile, where it's touches, where the blue as an entire wall might be a little bit overwhelming, but as accent pieces down here down is basically as a backsplash, and then up here is what is essentially the front of columns, not columns, beams, works really well. I do rather like that. Moving on, go into a secondary bedroom with the definition of TV too high. If you've ever been on Reddit, go check out the TV too high subreddit and you'll get it. I enjoy the windows. I don't so much enjoy the TV and the color palette. It's choice. Another secondary bedroom. One of the things I love about this house, and every time I look at it, is just the amount of windows, how much natural light you can let into the house, how much you can be outside at the same time as being inside. Heading down to the basement, lots of carpet down here, of course. Carpet is advantageous because it does deaden noise, makes a home feel maybe a little warmer, a little cozier, but it is carpet. go into one of the secondary bedrooms with, this would make a great guest room, lots of room for the cousins to pile in, sort of thing. There is lots of space in this house. Like I said, 11,096 square feet. We even have an ensuite. No lack of room in this house. We have a library. Just fantastic. You have the Wabash River in the distance. You have a gated drive. You have all this oak woodwork. Just really sharp. Somebody has a lot of degrees. Look at that. Billiard room with, again, more windows there. Continue on looking at the billiard room, and we could probably include that billiard room in the sale. Secondary bathroom. But check this out. And this is one of the reasons the house is so large, because this is under roof. This is one of the reasons the house is 11,000 square feet. We have a 50,000-gallon indoor pool. And normally I shy away from indoor pools, but this is a pool pavilion that's been purpose-built. Look at the cedar. That works really well for indoor pools, deals with the humidity really well, and it keeps the fit and finish of the room itself done. And the fact that it is a pavilion that I believe is airlocked from the rest of the house really keeps it down, but maintains the look of the windows and nature, so you can enjoy that pool year round. There's also a sauna. There's a hot tub. This is a pretty fantastic indoor pool. Moving on to the private bathroom. Here is the indoor, yes, you heard me, the indoor hot tub. Wow. Indoor, I can't believe I'm going to say this, the indoor pickleball court. I think it started life as a racquetball court, pickleball being all the rage. Outdoor fire pit, brick fire pit up on the bluff overlooking the drop away back down towards the Wabash River. You get a fountain and that private drive that just comes, that takes you into the house. You can see the house is sited up at the top of the hill there, at the top of the approach. Got gazebo overlooking. If you're not familiar with the Wabash River, the way the Wabash River cut through the Lafayette area, it cut a bluff on what would be the west side of the river. This would be the north side of the river, because the river turns there. As you come through West Lafayette, it'd be the west side, and as it turns, it'd be the north side. So everything up above the river is up on this bluff looking down, and that's how we're sited here at this home. Lots and lots of room on the patio, and you can see the exterior of all those fantastic windows. This is a great house for entertaining, if you didn't pick up on that. If you got large family, lots of friends, you like to have people over, this house is for you. Lots of room to have fun outside, a pool and a pickleball court inside, a hot tub. And there is our aerial view. And that's 111 North 500 West Lafayette. 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, 11,096 square feet on 9.27 acres. So lots of room to have fun outside. Currently listed at a bargain price, $2,125,000. Are you interested in that home? If so, and even if not, go to the LafayetteReal.com/YouTube and fill out the form, and let's go check this one out together after you've been pre-approved for $2,125,000. And if $200,000 is a little more your range, over $2 million, I'd love to work with you. And we're probably going to have a few more choices in the area than we'll have at the $2 million mark. So that is a tour of one home here in the Greater Lafayette area, one of the most expensive homes in the area. Next up, we're going to tour a home on the Lafayette side of the river. Get up my notes on this one. In our tour of the most expensive homes for sale in Tippecanoe County in September of 2025, next up we're going to look at 818 Emerald Drive in Lafayette. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 5,268 square foot home on almost 26 acres, 25.94 acres. And I would like to begin with placing it on the map. Got the map loaded here. So this is just south of the Wildcat River, just east of I-65. And if we zoom out one more tick on the map, we'll actually see here's Greenbush Street. So it's basically directly opposite Greenbush. And isn't this really an interesting statement to how development works? This is Lafayette. This is residential Lafayette. And just hop across the interstate, which is a major barrier, of course, and development goes from run-of-the-mill first homes, factory worker-style homes in the 50s to this giant estate just on the other side. And you can see here, this is exit 172. It's just a couple miles north, or it's a couple miles south of exit 175. So that kind of places it on the map. So it's super close to Lafayette, and then hopping over here to West Lafayette is really no big deal at all. But let's take a look. As I said, we're touring 818 Emerald Drive in Lafayette. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 5,268 square feet on 25.94, so 26 acres. You have the garage that looks like a horse barn. It's not a horse barn. They styled the doors to look that way. Have the Victorian style, and it almost looks like the painted ladies in San Francisco. We have the perfunctory twilight shot that we have to do now as realtors. The covered porch looking out on your neighbors. Great way to spend time rocking on the porch. Moving in, look at the beautiful hardwood floors. This house was custom built in 2011. Hang on, checking. Please stand by. 2011 to look like a 100-year-old home. So you got those oak floors and all of the columns and woodwork around the fireplace. Got the bay window nook, lots of wood. To do this in 2011, I guarantee you did not cost a little amount of money. Moving on to the formal dining room, this one with seating for 4, 8, 12. Looks a little more crowded than the last one that we looked at, but the last one we looked at was large. Custom kitchen that strikes me as nice, but not over the top. Yes, it's very nice. We've got some very nice appliances in there, but it is not ridiculously large. We do have the brick. Backsplash is not the right word. The right word is escaping me. It looks like a pizza oven. Is just a regular range. I think that's even electric. It is not even gas. With the eat-in area. Oh, I'm going to back up one. Sorry. And in the kitchen itself, you have the tin ceiling. Moving on, you got the covered porch just off of the dining room so that you can dine out in your own home. Got the white tile in the bathroom. Very nice laundry room, of course. Hardwood floors absolutely everywhere in this house. There's an outdoor wood boiler that heats the entire home. Going into the secondary bedrooms here, and you can see we have a Jack and Jill bathroom. That's a bathroom that connects between 2 bedrooms. Moving on to another secondary bedroom. Again, not ostentatious. Moving into the primary suite. Lots of room here. You got the reading nook. TV too high over the fireplace in your bedroom. Yes, I judge you for that. The clawfoot tub with TV too high. Nice closet area. And nice floors downstairs, in that it's not terrazzo marble. It looks like it's not a marble floor, but has that look and fit and finish to it. Great craft room area downstairs. Look at the 2-4, I believe that is the 6-car garage not office area. This is the over the garage suite. It's got the living and dining area. Outdoor fireplace, shed, and there is the almost 26 acres, 25.94 acres that abut Wildcat Creek. So that is 818 and there is Wildcat Creek itself. That is 818 Emerald Drive in Lafayette. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 5,268 square feet on 25.94 acres, priced at $1,575,000. If you have $1.5 million burning a hole in your pocket and you'd like to go see this house, go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube and let me know, and we'll go check it out. And if you don't have $1.5 million, if you only have $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, heck, even $700,000 or $800,000, and you'd like to go find home here in the Greater Lafayette area, you also go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube and fill out the form. All right, moving on. We are next in our tour of the most expensive homes for sale here in the Greater Lafayette area in September of 2025. I'm going to move on to a West Lafayette home. Get my windows arranged for this tour. So next up, We're going to look at 5762 Augusta Boulevard, West Lafayette. This is a 6-bedroom, 6-bath, 6,136 square feet, but only on 0.37 acres. So this is not a large, expansive lot. This is a large house on a relatively regular, what I would call a regular size lot. And this is in Coyote Crossing golf course. If you're not familiar with the area, let's check it out on the map. Here we go. Here's the home right here. You can see the golf course right here. This is 600 North. This football stadium over here, this is Harrison High School. And if we zoom out a little bit and I move the map, I'm going to zoom out one more. Here's the house. Here's West Lafayette. 50 West turns into Salisbury. So 2 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're in West Lafayette and even down to Purdue University. But if you want a large, luxurious house, but on a regular-ish sized lot, 0.37 acres, this one might be for you. So let's take a tour. 5762 Augusta Boulevard in West Lafayette. 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, 6,136 square feet on 0.37 acres. 5 of the 6 bedrooms are en suite. So keep that in mind as we take this tour today, looking at the aerial shot. And while it's in a golf course community, it does not back up onto the golf course. We have the large entry area with dining room on one side and office on the other. That's a fairly typical layout for homes of the period. This is a relatively new build. This one was built in 2006. 2006 this home was built, so it's just now coming up on 20 years old. Moving on, we have the built-ins in the office, power and probably data in the floor, so you'd put your executive desk there. We've got moving into, we're looking from the front door to the dining area over here to the left, and the great room with the vaulted ceilings and the large picture windows with the lofted hallway up above. Hardwood floors in there. Looking down, you can see built-ins there. And this is one of those rooms where this is going to be a formal sitting room. This is going to be a room that you're going to have conversation in. If you put a TV in here, you're going to wind up with TV too high. I know I'm rattling on about that, but it does drive me nuts. Moving into the kitchen, large island in that it's long. It's not super deep. You can see it's got the upper level here for dining, but it's one of those, I'm not sure how useful this space is. I do appreciate what they're doing here. Gas fireplace there, again, with TV too high. We've got the TV mount over the fireplace. Gas fireplace. You can cook over the fireplace if you want. Gas range. That's my preference. Now, we happen to be electric, but that's because we're out in the country and I don't want to pay for propane. Propane has lower BTUs, but that's a whole other thing. Dining room there with a not ostentatious, not dining room, the eat-in area. Then we start moving into the suites. And remember, 5 of the 6 bedrooms are en suite. And there you can see, here's the primary. I enjoy the idea of dual basin sinks. This layout, I think, is fairly unique with the bathtub in the middle. I'm not saying it's the only one I've seen that way, but this one, it feels like it is particularly disconnected there. You have the walk-in closet that is as big as many bedrooms in national homes. Up at the top of the stairs, we move into the loft areas and start moving into the secondary bedrooms. And I start zipping through these because once we get past some of the big great rooms, it's interesting, but not quite as fascinating. Large rec area, upstairs, bedrooms. You can see where everything was. Dimple still in the carpets. Nice, effective bathrooms. Look at that laundry room, though. There's room to fold a lot of laundry. And I suppose if you have 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, you might have a lot of laundry. Also, mudroom has the built-in lockers here. Here's another of the en-suites. Downstairs, we have the perfunctory pool table and the wet bar. Got some built-ins with an entertainment center. Make this your theater room, most likely. More bathrooms. This is one of the most expensive homes in Tippecanoe County, and it is cool, but it is not over the top. It's, in a lot of ways, mainline. What really sets it apart is location and size. We have that large unfinished basement area downstairs. Big deck for dining al fresco. But you can see the lot. It's big, but not gigantic. And there is the aerial view. So that is 5762 Augusta Boulevard in West Lafayette. 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, 6,136 square feet on 0.37 acres. Currently priced at $1,200,000. And if you want to go check out this $1,200,000 home and you have a bank account to back it up or a pre-approval, go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube and let's go check it out. And if you don't have a pre-approval, but you want one for $1,200,000, go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube and fill out the form. And let me hook you up with a friend of mine, Fahad, who can get you pre-approved for that if you've got the job. I'm not saying give $1 million to everybody. I wish he could. I'd take it. Fahad, you listening? You got $1 million for me? Sometimes he's in the chat. All right, so we're going to continue our tour of the most expensive homes for sale in Tippecanoe County in September of 2025. And today we're going to wrap up this tour with one more home on the West Lafayette side of the river. We're going to look at 1301 Lambsdown Lane, West Lafayette. This one's 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, 5,179 square feet on 2 acres. So it's got a little bit of land, not a ridiculous amount, but it's still a pretty big house. 5,000 square feet is good. And it's got that modern farmhouse vibe, but I'm not even sure what the style is called at this point because it's like the next step. The modern farmhouse doesn't have the exposed wood beams as details. So I'm going to have to look that up. Or if you drop it in the chat and let me know what that's actually called. I should know, but I don't. But let's put this one on the map before we take our tour. Get the map pulled up here. So this is Lambsdown Lane. And as we zoom out, we'll see here's 100 West right here. And that means it's 1 mile west of the zero line. We're actually a little north of town. Here's I-65. This is 900 North, major county road up on the north side of town. This 50 West right here, this is Salisbury Street. It becomes Salisbury a few miles south of here. So we're talking about right here. Here's the home. And if I just move the map a little bit, we'll see the home right here. And it's a quick 10-minute pop down Salisbury into West Lafayette and then down into Purdue University. So this one is just a little north of town. So this is 1301 Lambsdown Lane in West Lafayette, just a little north of town. It is 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, 5,179 square feet on 2.02 acres. It was built in 2020, so it is almost new. Rather like the style that, again, I need to do some research on. We have the dining room just off of the entryway. I believe that's a vinyl engineered plank floor. That might be wood floor. Let's see. Do I have that note? Quartz countertops. I didn't make that note when I looked at the house. But you've got the dining room, seating for 6 in there, just about the right size. You could probably turn that table and get a little more in there. You got the great room that feels like a great room, but doesn't feel like over the top, ostentatious, unusable. I really kind of like this furniture layout with the curved couch and everything and the rug that really ties the room together. I think this is actually carpet and not a rug, but makes you feel connected to the dining area. And you do have vaulted ceilings, but it's not so big as to feel bigger than the space doesn't dwarf the people. It feels like a space people are supposed to be in. You got the farmhouse sink there built into the island, and I rather like that kind of setup at an island. If in like our family, there's somebody that loves to cook in the kitchen and spend a lot of time cooking in the kitchen, and there are other people that like to eat. This is fantastic. I'm known to sit at our kitchen island and work away at my laptop while cooking is going on. So I rather do like this setup. Large pantry there, but again, not ostentatious. You got the pot filler over the gas stove. That's super handy to have. Wall oven and microwave. Moving up to the primary suite. I know some people hate carpet. I don't hate carpet. I actually have a soft spot in my heart for carpet. Not through the entire house necessarily, but it does tone a room down sound-wise, make it feel a little bit warmer. It makes it cushier under your feet. The barn doors have gotten to be a little bit, controversial is not the right word, maybe a little bit overdone, but I do rather like this. Sometimes when you have these large primary suites and you have these sitting areas, you wonder like how much can you possibly use it? But the way that you can actually turn this into 2 rooms, I'm like, that kind of makes sense to me if you want your own private retreat. And again, they've got this one set up with TV over the fireplace. I wouldn't necessarily do that, but having your private fireplace. I do rather like this master bathroom design with the large shower nook. You've got the water closet here. Somebody has lots and lots of shoes over here in the walk-in closet. I think that this one feels like it makes good use of space. You got the makeup station between the split vanities. It is a large bedroom. Let's go back one. It is a large bathroom, no doubt, and there is some amount of wasted square footage. But if you're going to go for a large bathroom, this one kind of feels about right. You got what is currently being displayed as a kid's bedroom, just for display purposes, moving into the secondary bedrooms. And I like this. You get a lot of these little spaces in some of these homes, and they turn it into a little space where the kids can go hang out. I like that. Turn it into a little cave with a Jack and Jill bathroom to be shared between the bedrooms. You got vaulted ceilings in a bedroom. I like that. It makes the room feel a little bit bigger while not making the room just a lot of wasted square footage in there. Moving down to the basement, large living area. You can set that up as your theater, game room area downstairs. Got an office area just off of that, more large double basin bathrooms downstairs, and you can tell there's the escape windows right here. Secondary bathrooms, nice laundry room to do laundry. It is the mud room. You can see that you got the lockers, the built-in lockers over here. Moving on, we have the porch, the windowed porch. You got 4 bays of garage, nice porch, nice patio outside. And again, this is on 2 acres, so you have some space outside, but not tons and tons of space. So you can have some privacy, but still have neighbors. You got this large, deep lot, so you can send your kids to go off exploring in the forest. But that is 1301 Lambsdown Lane in West Lafayette. It is 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, 5,179 square feet on 2.02 acres, currently priced at $1,150,000. And if you'd like to go check that out, go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube, fill out the form, and let's go check that house out, because I would love to be your local Lafayette real estate resource of choice. I'm Geoff Gooch with the Russell Company, powered by App Properties, and I love doing these home tours with you. I love highlighting our community. I love talking about development in our community, but I do all of this to pay the bills, to make sure that my kids have food at the table. So if you're interested at home, your business would mean the world to me. So go ahead and let me know how we can work together. Maybe you got friends that want to move to the Lafayette area. Maybe you got parents that need to downsize. Whatever it is, I'd love to help you out and find community here in the Greater Lafayette area. If you're not subscribed, go do it right now. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so you don't miss a minute of the content that we put up.